I'm back. I'm often asked about the backing tracks I use, and today I'm gonna tell you all I know about the subject. And I'm going to show you the software that I use today in order to generate my own backing tracks. When I started my channel, I found some drumless tracks on YouTube. Those are basically ripped tracks of the Rockstar game. There are even more drumless tracks all over the internet, but more often than not, the quality of those tracks is really bad. Another problem is pretty obvious. If you want to cover a certain song and you can't find a drumless track, you are screwed. Meanwhile, various companies offer artificial intelligence software for audio separation, and today I'm gonna give you some real-life examples using RipX by Hit and Mix, so you can decide for yourself if this software does the trick for your own purposes. In order to avoid any copyright issues for this video, I'm going to rip some songs of my own albums, and you can compare different sound examples, not only generating drumless tracks, but also separating guitars, bass or vocals. Talking about copyright, this will be another subject for another video. You can go to the Hit and Mix website and download a free test version. The regular price for the basic RipX version is $99, but you can get a 25% discount if you are quick. There's also an even more advanced version available, but today I'm going to show you the most basic version. So here we go. I downloaded the software and installed it as a standalone version. There are plenty of options. I put a link in the video description for those who are interested in the technical details. To get things started, I can load any song. Now the software is going to create the stems. Depending on the song, it will take some minutes. But what exactly are stems? If you compare a full song to a cake, then you can think of the stems like the individual ingredients of the cake. Obviously, it's quite a challenge to separate all of the cake's ingredients once it's baking. It's similar with the audio stems. Once the different instruments and sounds are mixed and mastered, it's quite a challenge to recover the individual stems from the full song. But thanks to artificial intelligence, it's not impossible anymore. While RipX is busy creating the stems, I will show you a project I created in Logic Pro. In case you wonder, Logic Pro is a common DAW software. DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation. Bring me down. Cool. Once it's done, it will look something like this. If you hit play, you basically have the full song playing. But now it gets interesting. You can mute individual stems, or you can solo individual stems. Let's mute the drums.
You won't bring me down. Down, 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 down.
Let's mute the bass.
You won't bring me down.
You get this kind of underwater effect, but later on we will test if it's still audible when combined with new recordings. Now let's solo the drums.
You won't bring me down.
I hear you. Some of you will say, well, I get it, it's kind of impressive, but it clearly doesn't sound great. In order to find out if those stems are any good, we will export them individually and import them into our DAW, so we can compare them with our clean stems. These are the clean DAW tracks. These are the ripped tracks. Now I'm going to combine the ripped bass, guitars and vocals, and I'm aware that it's still going to sound a little underwater.
You won't bring me down. Down, 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 down.
That's actually not too bad. But now I'm going to add the clean drum track, and that's what it's all about.
You won't bring me down. Down, 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 down.
Amazing, isn't it? Now let me give you some more quick examples for drumless tracks of different songs of different genres.
Not quite.
If you want to record a drum cover, it makes sense to mute the drums.
Inside of us who will never die. It's in the blood and in the mind. Get the sun. It's our time to show the world, open the door. They'll know we will live forevermore. It will die, it will rise. We will rock.
Next, I'm going to export the drumless track that I just created with some mouse clicks. Back to Logic Pro. I imported the new ripped drumless track and also the clean drumless track, straight off the DAW, plus the original song. Now let's compare the original stems with the ripped stems. It still sounds a little bubbly and underwater, but now we add the isolated drums. Now let's compare the original song with the ripped drumless track plus isolated drums.
Not quite.
This is exactly what I did with last week's cover of Money. I removed the original drum part with RipX and I recorded a new drum part. Go check out my cover version and compare it with the original recording. Do you hear any loss of audio quality? Obviously my drum sound is different, but if it was absolutely identical, it would be 100% pointless. You know what to do, we will mute the drums.
There is more to be seen in the West than you ever would have guessed, where they wait for the best, where the meadows are green, water's clean, and you know that I've been told there is plenty of gold. I think you're up for a life full of joy, said the lady to the boy. She was tall, he was ready to fall, he felt drunk but she was sober and said, after all, you are young, you can handle a gun, get your horse and let it run. He said, lady, you're wrong, I'm young, but I never touched the gun, I'm an Englishman's son. Fork, I don't even have a horse.
That's all for the drumless tracks. But now, just for a bit of fun, I did a guitarless track.
Come with me, I will treat you alright if you keep me warm all night. That sounds fair. Come with me, I will treat you alright if you keep me warm all night. That sounds fair.
RipX removed the guitar and also the banjo. It would be very difficult to get rid of the guitars, but to keep the banjo. Just like before, I created a new project in Logic Pro, importing the new bassless track and combining it with an isolated bass.
Not quite.
Last but not least, let's use RipX to create some backing tracks for a vocalist. Big thanks to my friend Caravel, who provided some demo vocals in order to test the quality of our backing tracks. This is the original recording featuring Ren for Short.
what you're doing to me. You're doing wrong and this is plain to see. So I can't just stop looking beautiful to me. What you're doing to me. You're doing wrong and this is plain to see. So I can't just stop looking beautiful to me. What you're doing to me. You're doing wrong and this is plain to see. So I can't
This is the original recording.
What you're doing to me. You're doing wrong and this is plain to see.
Now this is our backing track with the original vocals removed. And now we hear the same bit, but with Kara taking Lauren's place.
What you're doing to me. You're doing wrong and this is plain to see. So why can't you stop looking beautiful to me?
Now for another example, but this time we asked Kara to change the melody slightly, so we can see if it makes a difference. First, we hear the original, featuring a secret singer from Middle-earth. I think she's an elf. Now for Kara and her modified part. That's it for today. My conclusion? RipX is a perfect tool for removing drums, bass or vocals in order to create your own YouTube cover. Getting rid of guitar solos is more complicated. It might be possible depending on the mix, but it will need some more time to make it work. Obviously, there are plenty of options for DJ and producers. In this video, I only scratched the surface of what's possible. Meanwhile, I'm back in Arnhem, and this is a little disclaimer. If you mess with copyrighted material, be aware of the legal consequences. I'm going to do a video about this subject very soon. There are a lot of aspects to consider and things keep changing. Have a great week everyone and see you soon.